Hey there, YouTube. I am at, man, this is one of my favorite campgrounds. This is my second time staying here. This place is called Hester's Bottoms Campground in Mount Carmel, South Carolina, right by the South Carolina-Georgia border. In fact, on the other side of that lake is Georgia. So I'm right there at the very northern edge of South Carolina. This is such a pretty spot. Like I said, I've been here before. Let me just show you. This site I got is amazing. It's fantastic. Let me spin you around. So I'm right here at the very tip, the point of this peninsula. And you can see I got a fire ring, there's a grill here, there's a couple tables. It's a back-in site. There's Ricky, in case you're wondering. Yes, of course, Ricky is with me. But this place is just fantastic. And then I'm right here, my camper has a door in the back, obviously, right? So opening up that door, and you just look right out here to... This is Richard B. Russel Lake. This thing has like 3 or 4 different names. It's called like Strawman Thurman Lake. It's also the Savana River. I guess they dammed it and widened the river to turn it into a lake. So depending on who you ask, this thing has different names. But at any rate, just look how pretty that is right here on the edge. And at the moment, I'm the only person staying here. So I've got this whole peninsula all to myself. Let me show you around a little bit more. So from right down here on the water, and you could certainly swim in this water. You could swim, fish, put a boat in here, whatever you want. There's my site right up there on that little rise. And then there are sites all around this peninsula, but at the moment no one is staying here. The camp host has like a little, almost like a little village on the other side of this peninsula, but I don't believe anybody's actually staying there now. They were there over the weekend. It's a Monday afternoon right now, and if you kind of look through the trees, you might see a little bit of one of their campers. There's like 3 trailers back there, but I don't think they're there. I think they left yesterday. So I want to show you around this campground, and normally I do these tours. I normally start at the entrance to the park or the campground. This time we're going opposite because I'm on the far end of the campground. We're going to do this in reverse. So we're going to go all the way from here to the entrance. So this peninsula is known as Chief's Point. Each of the loops in this campground has a different name, but you could see off in the distance, that's the camp host, I believe. I'm not sure, but I believe. And there's my trailer right there. And then there's several other spots. My site is 22. Here's 23. And there's 24. And then 25. And then there's 26 up a little bit ways there. I do believe, now there's a bit of a hill getting down into mine. You can kind of see. You can see how much lower my truck and my trailer is down there. If you're good with that, I think I got the best site in the place. I really like that site. Site 22 is what it is. So like I said, yeah, this is Chief's Point. Let's just go ahead on up here, and then I'll show you all the other loops and give you a general idea of what we got here at Hester's Bottoms Campground. So the road in is a long straight road. I don't know if you could see, way up at the end is the booth for the entrance. And then there's little side loops to the left and to the right. Some of them are wooded, most of them are off the water or along the water to some extent. This area, Mount Carmel, it's my favorite part of South Carolina. My family came up to visit over the weekend, so we went to a couple state parks and visited a couple sites and things like that around here over the last couple days. But I pass through here all the time when I'm driving down to visit my parents, and I've done some hiking around here, some exploring. There's just a lot of history in this part of the state, and not a lot of people pay attention to it, which is strange because it's so pretty. And it's so tucked away up here. I say up here because it's the northern part of the state. But there's just a lot of trails, a lot of state parks, a ton of campgrounds. It's very cool. So let's take a walk down. Well, shoot. I'll tell you what. This is Tommy and Helen Brown Loop. So let's go down here. Tommy and Helen Brown Loop. We'll take a look at each one of these. And I apologize if you're hearing some wind. because we got some rain coming in. It's going to rain tonight. It's going to rain for the next several days. And it's pretty windy right now. And I'm freezing again. Every time I make these videos, I end up telling you people that I'm cold, and I'm certainly cold. But anyways, coming down here in this loop, this site off to the right, I think is pretty nice because it is along the water and it's pretty separated from various others. So let's take a look and get a number on this one. All the sites, I'll tell you, because I should have said this up front. I always forget to tell you until it's too late, but all the sites are electric. Wi-Fi is here. Every site has Wi-Fi. There's water on all the sites, but there is no sewage on any of these. There's a dump station, but there is no sewage on any of them. This site here is 27. This site's really nice though, because like I said, you got a nice view of the water, very similar to where I'm at on site 22. You got a couple picnic tables here. When you come around, you can see there is nobody next to you. All the way down there is the next site. So this site is pretty private. I like it quite a bit. In fact, while I'm looking at it, the only thing I don't like about this campground is that all of the sites have this, it's not even sand, it's like some kind of very, very finely crushed, like pulverized gravel. And you track it everywhere. So if you camp with a dog, that stuff's going to get all in your dog's paws and it's going to end up on your bed. And then when you go to sleep at night, you're going to be wondering, why am I rubbing up against sandpaper in these sheets? Well, it's not sandpaper. It's all the pulverized gravel that your dog tracked in. Now, I'm not going to show you every single site in this place because it would take forever. But that was site 28. Here's site 29. This is a pull-through. And the more I think about it, there are quite a few pull-through sites here. Comes up along, and then you can see on the other side of this road, there's a little gravel trail. There are golf cart trails all throughout this place. So if you were to rent one of their golf carts, you could drive it all over and have a grand old time on those things. And there is a swimming area. Here's site 30, and it's right next to, I guess that would be the beach. Now you can go in the water here anywhere that you want, but if you want a designated swimming area, maybe just to keep your kids in check or whatever, there's the beach right there. It doesn't look so appetizing, to be honest with you, but it's like I said, it's February, so it probably looks a lot nicer in June. So you can see I'm just working my way up towards the entrance. The next loop we're going to check out is the Bobby Joe loop. So we'll go on down here. There's nobody down here either. All of these sites are in this little bit of a cove. So you're still on the water. It's just not on the open water. It's more like an inlet of water. So here's site 17. And as you can see, this is a pull through. In fact, all of the sites in this little loop here are all pull through sites. And you can see they're all shaded. And then like all the others, you got your electric and your water and your Wi-Fi. If you're not into Wi-Fi, I do get cell signal here with Verizon, if that matters to you. So we're gonna, instead of continuing on this loop, you get the idea. We're gonna go up this path here, and this takes you up to the bathhouse or shower house and the general store. And like I said, the general store is where you could rent the golf carts. And you can see them all up there ready to rent. You got your firewood, your ice, all your other supplies. But not in February, and that's fine by me. I don't mind. Here's a shot of the general store. It's Tuck's Mercantile would be the name of it. And like I said, it's all closed up for now. Ricky wants to go in. This dog sees a step and he sees steps in a door, and he wants to go in. But you can see there, if you needed to give them a call to get some supplies, if you needed to get in here and buy something, they'll still meet you. They're just not open. It doesn't make sense to staff this place. Really, when it's me, I'm like the only guy around. I think there's some people camping over by the boat dock. But really, it's primarily me and those folks. We get a propane exchange too, which is good. That brings me to another point. Like I said, this is Mount Carmel. If you're not familiar with, well, I know that you aren't familiar with Mount Carmel. Why would you be? Because it's one of the smallest towns I've ever been to. But I absolutely love it. Mount Carmel has a lot of history. There's a lot of historic churches, a lot of cemeteries here. And then there's also one of my favorite places in the whole country to eat, the Mount Carmel Cafe. And I make it a point that even when I pass through here visiting my parents, I go to the Mount Carmel Cafe. Of course, when I camp here, I absolutely go to the Mount Carmel Cafe. They've got a really diverse menu, and everything is home cooked. It's all unhealthy. It's all the kind of stuff that will plug up an artery, but it's worth it. It's worth the risk for the Mount Carmel Cafe. Let's take a look here at the bathhouse. I'll give you some footage of what it looks like inside there. Like I said, I'm the only guy here, so there's not gonna be anybody in here. There's that fun house mirror. Look at that thing. Crazy, crazy. But anyways, you got your shower. And Ricky wants to take a shower. This dog is something else. He's afraid of the things he shouldn't be afraid of. And he's not afraid of things that you would think a normal dog would be afraid of. What a weirdo. Very clean showers. Got your commode, urinal, couple sinks, dryer. Everything in here is spotless. And like I said, it's Monday. This place, when I was here over the weekend, there was probably 30 people. I don't know. Maybe that's an exaggeration. There was a good 20 people camping here. And everything is clean. It even smells nice in there. You have to take my word on that. And then in this section, it's kind of like in the center of this little loop. You got your picnic tables, your benches, and there's activities for kids. So they've got ping pong, some kind of dart game over there. I don't know what that thing is. But this is pretty neat. They got these giant checkers or chess pieces, whichever one you want. And then there's a big chessboard right here on the lawn. Pretty cool. And then there's the Sandra Davis Memorial Stage. So maybe during the summer there's performances here and stuff. Pretty neat. And then this is like one of those gold panning things, I think, where they kind of hide stuff in this trough and let the water circulate down and kids kind of dig them out or something. I don't know. Pretty cool though. There's a mascot for this place, Peanut. So this would be called Peanut's Activity Park. And you'll see those little ants with the leaves, the peanuts. One of those is Peanut, maybe it's a clone. They actually look like a clone because it's a mirror image left and right. Peanut, I'm calling it one Peanut. Peanut is throughout the campground. You'll see his image here and there. And as we make our way up the road to some of the other loops, you can see there's a playground here. And then another one of those gravel trails for golf carts. Pretty neat. All right, our next loop is Marion and Nell Lane, sites 31 through 39. Marion and Nell Lane. So we're heading on down here. So like I said, this is called Hester's Bottoms. I don't know why it's Bottoms. I don't know who Hester is either, but there's another campground on the other side of the lake. In fact, directly opposite of this one called Hester's Ferry. And I drove over there earlier today to the Georgia side and checked out Hester's Ferry. It's also a really, really nice campground. There's more primitive sites there. In fact, it's like 2/3 primitive, 1/3 with electric and water. But really, really, really cool. And it's much more remote than this. There's like nothing else around there. And it's kind of cool because you can actually see Hester's Bottoms campground. You can see my camper, in fact. Here, let me show you, I'll prove it to you. You can see my camper at Hester's Bottoms from the point at Hester's Ferry. So, like I said, I didn't stay at Hester's Ferry. I just checked it out because I was curious. And I wouldn't mind staying there next time I'm in the area. So this is site 32. And it is also very, very private. You can see there's another site way over there. There's some noisy crows, but most of these sites are spread out very, very fairly, which is, it's kind of remarkable. This is a privately owned campground, this place. It's not a state park or anything. So somebody bought this and renovated it several years ago, and they could have like doubled all of the sites and made things crowded. And usually the private campgrounds are the ones where they just try to maximize their space. There's so many acres of space here that they're not using for sites, which makes this really, like I said, it's one of my favorite campgrounds around. But this site's nice. It's also on the water, and you can see this is more like of a bay, I suppose. I'm not sure if that's the right word to use for a lake, but this is like a bay, calmer water. The beach, or the beach for the kids and stuff, is over there. This site 33 is really nice. It's way deep on down there, and it's a pull-through site as well. You can get like a 40-foot trailer down there if you wanted to, on the water, of course, and very, very private. Again, no other sites here, and then there's no other sites that way either. So 33 is good. I got 22. Like I said, 22 is my favorite. 33 is also good. I bet you if there was a 44, it'd be good here too. Maybe they got an 11. That's good. But the double digits, the same digit twice, those are the sites you want. So I'm coming down here to the boat dock area now. And this is the only place I've seen other campers right now, at the moment anyways. There's a good handful of people set up down here. So I'm not going to film their campsites, but just to give you an idea as we go around this little bend, you can see there are some people. I am not the only one, but I'm certainly the only one on that whole half of the park. So the road would actually loop up around this ways and would take you back up where we came in. But instead, we're going to cut through this path here. Ricky already knows where we're going. He's a mind reader. And this kind of takes you over to the next loop. And that's actually where the boat dock is itself. So if you're camping with your boats, you'd be back where I just showed you. But you'd have to then bring your boats over here, not on this dirt path. Of course, you have to bring them up around and down this lane here. I don't know what this lane is called. When we get up to the main road, I'll show you the sign. We can figure it out. But this is the boat dock. I say boat dock. There is a dock, but there's also a boat ramp. I don't know anything about boats. I've been on boats before, but I don't know anything about them. Here's the ramp. Just to give you a walk down here to the water's edge so you can kind of take a look. There's nobody on the water today. It is so windy and cold out here. We'll head back and look at the dock next. Ricky hates these things. I'm going to see if he'll even go out on it. I got a feeling this is going to be one that moves when you walk on it. Yeah, and it's metal. He don't like that. He's going though. Look at him. What a brave boy. He's walking slow. He's walking too slow for me. In fact, I almost tripped over him. There we go. He likes the wood better. He zips along on wood. He doesn't zip along on metal. What a cool place. So quiet. There's no sounds at all. No road noise, nothing. Over the weekend, when the boats were out, you'd hear the boats, but quite honestly, there's something about an engine noise on water that is pleasant versus an engine noise going past you on the road. I don't know why that is. Maybe I just associate boat engine sounds with recreation and good times or something. I don't know. All right, we're heading up from the boat dock. There's another small loop here with some other pull-through sites. Nobody's there. You get the idea though. We're heading up this road now. This will take us up to the main road. And then on the left over here, there's like a, well, I see Peanut. Look at that, there's Peanut. Let's go get a closer look at Peanut. So this is like a little activity area or something for kids. So there's Peanut. Sonny's shack. So I don't know if it's Peanut or Sonny. They look the same to me. Maybe one's Peanut and one's Sonny. When I think of Peanut, I think of Matt's dog from Matt's Off-Road Recovery. That's the Peanut that comes to mind. But this is probably like a concession stand for kids or adults, I suppose, during the summer. You could get your kids to put their faces in there. I got a picture of Ricky putting his face in there from the other day. And then you got another shower bathhouse here. I'm not going to go inside these ones because we're right by where those other folks were camping, and there's very likely to be someone in there. So you have to use your imagination. I'm sure they're just as nice as the ones that we looked at earlier. pretty cool. Also, big wide open field here too. So there's lots of spaces like this that I haven't even shown you. In between a lot of these loops, there's just big grassy areas like this, which are nice to just, I don't know, take your dog around or whatever. So you could walk miles just going around this campground. It's so big. But like I said earlier, there's quite a few state parks and trails. So if you're into hiking and exercise, there's tons of places to go here. Earlier today, I was at Parsons Mountain Lake, and there's a campground there, a primitive campground, but there's also an old gold mine. I didn't even think gold mining was a thing in South Carolina, but apparently it was. And there's a fire tower. The fire tower was locked up, so I couldn't climb it, unfortunately, but it was still a cool thing to hike up to. And that Parsons Mountain Lake is just a very pretty lake by the town of Abbeville. So that's about a half hour from here, I believe. But at any rate, Parsons Mountain Lake was really cool. I liked it there. So that road that leads you down to the boat dock is Turtle Cove. Turtle Cove. And then you can see we're getting close to the entrance, or the exit in this case. Before we go up there and check out the entrance booth and the dump station, I missed the loop because of how we did all of this. There's another one down there to the right. So let me backtrack and show you that one, because I know it goes back into this little cove, and those sites are very, very pretty and very wooded. I don't think there'll be anybody back there either. So let's go ahead and check it out. So here's the last remaining loop. This would be the first one on the right when you come in. Goofy Beret Lane. Goofy Beret. How could I possibly skip over Goofy Beret? I wish I knew who all these people were that these places are named after. But let's head on down Goofy Beret Lane. And this is sites 1 through 13. So like I said, I'm at 22. I like 33 quite a bit. So 22, 33, let's see if there's an 11 back here, if it's as nice as 22 and 33. Before we get to 11, here's 13. Now, people have a hard time with number 13 for some reason, but I gotta tell you, this site 13 is really nice. Look at this wide open. I mean, this is like a gravel parking lot that you've got all to yourself. You can bring whatever size trailer you want back here. You could have 3 trailers back here. You got 2 picnic tables. And like I said, you're in this little cove of water here. This is extremely private back here. If you're into fishing, this is a great place. All these places are great. All these sites are good for fishermen. But this would just be really nice, because it's got a nice gradual slope down to the shoreline here. What the heck, let's just go on down. There's no one staying here, might as well, right? Little step. Ricky probably wants some water anyways. Yeah, this is as quiet as it gets. So pretty. Site 13, we haven't seen 11 yet. But 11's got some competition, because 13 is really nice. All right, we're continuing down Goofy Beret. Here's number 12. 12 would be a back-in site, also very nice. Okay, here comes number 11. This is a long road. I'm just looking way up ahead. It goes way back there. But anyways, number 11. Let's see if my theory is right. I gotta say, 11 is fine. There's nothing wrong with 11. At any other campground, 11 would be a gem. But compared to all the others here, 11, it can't hold a candle to 13, I'm sorry. Very nice though. It's a back-in site down a little bit of a grade. Flat down at the bottom, but the slope getting there. 13 is what you want. If you're on Goofy Beret Lane, if you're picking a spot in this loop, 13 is what you want. About halfway down Goofy Beret, we come to another bathhouse. So there's 3 bathhouses in this campground. Again, a privately owned campground with 3 bathhouses, that is unheard of. So we'll go in here and check out the men's room of Goofy Beret's men's room. As far as I could tell, there is no lights in the showers here at the men's room of Goofy Beret Lane. There are lights in the toilet areas in the sink, but not in the shower. They're there, they're just either burnt out or what. There's only one switch in the whole place and it doesn't do anything, so I give him a demerit for that. But considering that there's no one staying here, what difference does it make? There's 3 bathhouses in this whole dang place. We're coming to the end of this road. And you can see there's another golf cart trail up here on the right. And there's actually somebody staying back here. Very cool. I'm not the only person in the whole place. But you can see there's a pull-through site here. And then we're coming up on site number 5. And this is going to be, I believe, the end of the road here. Makes a loop for a turnaround, and then you got a couple sites up here. So here at the end of the road, you got sites 2, 3, and 4. 2 and 3 are back end, 4 is a pull through. And this is at the very edge of that cove. Let's see if I can give you a view of the edge of the cove from site 2. And there you go. A couple streams trickle their way in and contribute to the lake. I can't express to you how quiet it is, especially back here, because you got all these trees. This would be like the opposite end from my site. My site's at the very end of the peninsula. This is at the very start of the peninsula, at least in terms of the campground itself. Another great thing about this being a privately owned campground is that there's no restrictions on flying a drone. State parks can't do that. Here you can. And since there's nobody around, no one's staying here really, myself and that place we just looked at a moment ago, and those handful of people over by the boat area, that's it. I was flying my drone around earlier today and just getting some more shots of, first of all, some shots of how much I love my campsite, number 22. I really, really like that spot, but also just the park itself. I didn't fly it over anybody else's camping area, but just to kind of get an idea of what this place looks like. It's a huge body of water. I mean, there's just so much water. Like I said, this lake's got like 3 different names, and it's huge. There's places all around it. I like this place the best though. I've checked out a lot of the other campgrounds around, been to all the other state parks around, and none of them are anything as nice as Hester's Bottoms. The only one that's close is Hester's Ferry, double Hester. And they're all, like I said, they're opposite each other. They're looking at each other from across the lake, and they're both privately owned. So there's something to that. I don't even know, maybe they're owned by the same people. I have no idea. I need to find out. Next time I go to the Mount Carmel Cafe, I'll see if I can get some information from somebody that works there. But this place is just special. The sites are spread out. You got the amenities that you need. It's in a beautiful part of the state. And it's just nothing. Only negative I could say is that pulverized gravel that they use for a substrate down there gets in my dog's paws and ends up on my bed. If that's the worst thing I could say, then that's pretty darn good. All right, we're making our way back up on the main road to the entrance kiosk or booth, whatever you call it. Let's take a quick look at the dump station so you can see what we got in store here. Again, no sewage anywhere in this campground. That's fine by me, but I know that's a factor for some people. But you do have a dump station. Dump station is as you would expect. Got everything on the driver's side. Got your sewage drain. Got your water hose, etc. And it's worth saying that if your tanks are full, they'll come and empty them for you. It's like 25 bucks. They got some guy that they're contracted with. He comes out here and they'll take them right from your camper, right at your site. So that's also a nice benefit. If you got smaller tanks, or if there's several of you in the trailer, that's tough to manage. Ricky's sniffing all the trash and everything. You got your dumpsters here, so you got to haul out your trash. There are no trash cans at the loops at the bathhouses other than what's in the bathhouse, but there's no big trash cans anywhere. So you got to make sure you bring your stuff with you on the way out. And here's the check-in kiosk. This is where you come in. If you do your reservations online, you just go right to your site. There's nobody to speak to. But if you're just coming here during the off season like this, there's a phone number to call. What I'll do is I will put the website to Hester's Bottoms in the description of the video. That way you could just make your reservations online. That's probably the best way to do it. You can see all the different sites and the map and everything like that and read all the details and have at it. I highly, highly recommend this place, Hester's Bottoms in Mount Carmel, South Carolina. Well, that is that. I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed this tour of Hester's Bottoms Campground in Mount Carmel, South Carolina. Like I said, I'll put a link to the website in the description so you can make your reservations, and that's it. One of my favorite places, my favorite part of South Carolina, and probably my favorite campground in South Carolina, although Hester's Ferry across the lake is a strong contender. I just haven't stayed there yet. Next time, we'll find out. So again, thanks for watching this video, and I hope I see you in the next one. Take care.